Hello everyone, I hope you are very fine and enjoying the moments at home. We are having an English lesson. It is in grade 8. The strand is grammar. The sub-strand we are having today is compound sentences. Now, before I begin a lesson, I always like to tell you, my learner, what I expect of you by the end of the lesson. By the end of today's lesson, I expect you to be able to identify compound sentences in written texts. Number 2, I also expect you to be able to join two simple sentences together using a conjunction to form a compound sentence. Now, as you begin the lesson, ensure you have your notebook and you listen attentively and you also participate actively. Now, compound sentences. Before we come to identify, to define a compound sentence, we have to go back to simple sentences. We did simple sentences in grade 7, and I hope you can tell what a simple sentence is. Now, what is a simple sentence? Can you please write down what a simple sentence is in your notebook? At this moment, I urge you to pause the video a bit so that you write your own definition of a simple sentence, and finally when I write the definition of a simple sentence here, or I say, you now compare. I hope you've written. A simple sentence is a sentence that has one main idea. A sentence that has one main idea. It is also a sentence that expresses a complete thought. A sentence that has one main idea and it expresses a complete thought. Let us give examples of simple sentences. I also expect you to give yours. Let me give you one. I have one here. Abdallah waited for. You can say Abdallah waited for Mary, or the sentence is complete the way it is. Abdallah waited. So this sentence is complete. It is a simple sentence. It has one verb. Simple sentence has a subject and a verb. One subject and a verb. And sometimes subjects can be compound, where we can now have Abdallah and Sama waited. Abdallah and Sama waited. So this is the two are simple sentences. I hope you're also giving yours. We can also say another one. I buy cereals. Another simple sentence. Another one. Another simple sentence, she cooked vegetables. When you look at the sentences I've given here as examples of simple sentences, one thing that you note is that, you should note is that all of these sentences have one verb. Abdallah waited, verb. Here, Abdallah and Sama waited, one verb. I buy cereals, verb, one. She cooked vegetables, verb. So in simple sentences, the verb is one. Now let us now look at what a compound sentence is. Now, when you take two simple sentences and join them together using a conjunction, we are going to get a compound sentence. Now let us note it down. Read the statement. When two simple sentences are joined together using a conjunction, we get a compound sentence. Let's go ahead and continue noting the conjunctions. The conjunctions that are used to join simple sentences are called the conjunctions that are used to join two simple sentences together are called coordinating conjunctions. They are called coordinating conjunctions. Let us give examples of the coordinating conjunctions. Examples of coordinating conjunctions. We have and. You can also list but, nor, and you also have for. So the coordinating conjunctions that are used to join two simple sentences are, we have and, or, but, nor, so, yet, for. We also have to note something when we are using these conjunctions. Remember to put a comma. Remember to put a comma before the conjunctions. So when you are joining these sentences, always remember to put a comma before the conjunctions. Now, let us give examples of two simple sentences and then we join them together using these conjunctions. But when we are joining these sentences, we also have to consider, do these sentences add additional information, or is there a contrasting idea? So that you choose the conjunctions appropriately. Let us give an example of a sentence. Then we join with these conjunctions we have listed up here. Just read the first sentence. The first sentence, I buy cereals. The second sentence, we have, I buy cereals. This one is the first sentence and it is a simple sentence. I buy cereals. The other sentence, she buys vegetables, is also another simple sentence. Now you want to now join these two simple sentences together using appropriate coordinating conjunction, the one that we have listed earlier. So in this case, we are going to say, I hope you are also joining on your side. So we are going to say, I buy cereals and she buys vegetables. I buy cereals and she buys vegetables. Now this one now is a compound sentence. What we now have is a compound sentence. It is a sentence that has been joined together using a conjunction, and the sentences before had two simple sentences. Number one sentence was, I buy cereals. Number two, she buys vegetables. Now you join them together as one sentence. So it becomes, I buy cereals and she buys adjective. This is now a compound sentence. Let me give you also another example. Number 1, number 2 example. Number 2 example, we have these two simple sentences. The first one, the loaf of bread expired. This is a simple sentence. The second one, I discarded it. Another simple sentence. We now want to join these two simple sentences together using appropriate coordinating conjunctions to give us a compound sentence. Can you try from your end? Can you try? I hope you have done so. Now we are now going to use the loaf of bread expired. So we are going to use conjunction. We are going to use conjunction. So we are going to say the loaf of bread expired, so I discarded it. The loaf of bread expired, so I discarded it. Let me give you another example. Let me give you another example. Read these two simple sentences. The first one, Shiro bought an orange. The second one, Shiro bought an apple. When you join them together, can you now write this sentence as one? Write the two sentences now as one. It becomes Shiro bought an orange and an apple. Now, I now want to read you a few sentences and then you tell me whether the sentence is simple or it is a compound sentence. Number 1. And you have to be attentive. Number 1. I wrote several emails to the company, but they were not answered. Is it a simple sentence or is it a compound sentence? I wrote several emails to the company, but they were not answered. I hope you are writing down there. Is it a simple or a compound sentence? Well, you heard me use a conjunction but, so it means it is a compound sentence. The next one. Number 2. Remember, you are telling whether it is a compound or a simple sentence. Number 2. I like brown shoes, but we are required to have black shoes in school. I like brown shoes, but we are required to have black shoes in school. Is that sentence a compound or a simple sentence? Well, you also heard me say but, so it means it is a compound sentence. It has been used to join these two simple sentences to give us one compound one. For example, the first sentence, I like brown shoes. The other one, we are required to have black shoes in school. The next sentence, say whether it is simple or compound. This was an important choice and Abijah wanted to get it right. This was an important choice and Abijah wanted to get it right. Is it a compound or a simple sentence? I hope you are noting down. Well, in this case, this is a simple sentence. It is a simple sentence because we haven't used any conjunction, and it also has one verb. Now, the last one. The last one, listen. Do you have this design in size 38, or do you have a similar design in size 39? Do you have this design in size 38, or do you have a similar design in size 39? Is it a compound or a simple? Well, it is a compound because we have used all. And the sentences here are two, and they've been joined together to give us one. The first one is, do you have this design in size 38? The other one, do you have a similar design in size 39? Now, the next question. I want to write you simple sentences, then you are joining them. Then you join them together. The instruction is join sentences below to form compound sentences using appropriate conjunctions. Number one, we have I've given you these two questions. The instruction is join the simple sentences below to form compound sentences using appropriate conjunction. The first one, the hotel services were very poor. We paid a lot of money. I hope you are joining. The second one, You should not use a product you suspect to be dangerous. Do not give it to somebody else. I hope you are joining it, and if you are a learner from my school, when schools open, I will have to check. And if you are far away, you can't reach me, then join the sentences together, then discuss the answer with your guardian, with your parents, or any other person who can help you. Now, I have another question for you. Another question is, I'll just say it orally and then you note. Make compound sentences. Let me give you the number. Construct 5 compound sentences in your notebook. After you have constructed the 5 sentences in your notebook, then read the sentences to your parent or guardian or any other person, your sister, your brother, your friend, and the two of you can do corrections. Another question: read a magazine or a newspaper and note the compound sentences. Now, we were talking about compound sentences, and I believe now when someone asks, even if you are deep in sleep and someone wakes you up and asks you, what is a compound sentence? The answer is right here at your fingertip. What is a compound sentence? Or how do we get a compound sentence? We get a compound sentence by joining 2 simple sentences together using a coordinating conjunction. I hope you also got it right. And now when someone gives you a text and asks you to identify whether the sentences are simple or not, you are able to. You can tell a simple sentence, you can tell a compound sentence. As I leave, ensure you read text and note the compound sentences.